A big thank you to every one of us who have been able to make it to the event today. We're trusting that by the time this event is ending or ends, you are going to really receive a lot that would help you to know how to navigate your business endeavor and eventually get to the top so we can all be proud of you. It is really a call to all of us, and we trust that this seminar would deliver the value that it promises, and participants will be the beneficiaries to testify. And I would encourage all of us to take our notes and take our pens and jot down whatever points that, or highlights, or whatever revelation that may come, from the seminar. The programs are in two folds. So we also have we have two programs actually. We also have the launch of the Owners Consult Business Support Fund, which is a fund meant for SMEs and startups. It is also for large corporations, but at the moment our focus is on SMEs and startups. Unfortunately, when we talk of SMEs in Ghana and Africa, we're looking at mushroom companies, but that is not the case. SMEs in other parts of the world is looking at companies with employment, employees of about 500 plus, which is really a huge number if you want to compare that to what we see back home. So talking of SMEs does not really mean mushroom companies necessarily. Anyway, so let me see how many people we have now. 13 people. Our time is up to start. So my name is Mr. Jonas Aitevi, and at the moment I'm based in UK. I'm actually having higher education here, and I have different backgrounds, which I normally say offers me the opportunity of having different perspectives on different issues. So by way of qualification, I have a first degree in natural science and a master's in international business. That is an MBA in international business. I also have an MSc in energy and sustainable management, and currently pursuing another program, which is Master of Science in Global Project Management. So it really offers me the opportunity to talk to you, knowing exactly what I am talking about. And from experience, we've been in a corporate world for some time. We've seen companies start from nothing and became companies of repute. We've also seen companies that were of great height and eventually had to collapse, and lessons that were learned from both management and also from staff relationship with regards to client services and what have you. So hosting the program now and being the speaker comes with a lot of assurance that provided you can only give it all the attention needed, your business will never be the same as your life as an entrepreneur or whatever it is that you are doing in terms of business practices. All right, so let's go to the seminar. Our program today is really for everybody who is, first of all, aspiring to be in business. Secondly, anyone who is already in business. And thirdly and fourthly, for startups and for SMEs. You might have your own company, that is one, or you are yet to register a company, or you have a business that is already running, but it's not incorporated. So wherever you are still welcome. We initially decided to extend it to the graduates, looking at the high unemployment rates we have, particularly in Africa. But I realized that the content is much heavier than just offering it all for graduates. So we had to eventually open it up for everybody who has a passion and a desire to learn and to aspire for greater heights in business. So by way of welcoming, we welcome you to the Honors Consult Business Innovation and Invention Seminar. This seminar is brought to you by Honors Consult in partnership with Africa Business Giants, which happens to be our social media platform of business owners and executives across the continent, that is the African continent. We are there to interact, to know ourselves, and to promote our business and our brands. So that is Africa Business Giants for you. Let's move straight to our seminar. All right, so we are asking the question, what is a business? And I want to believe every one of us here participating is either a business owner or an executive or an employee of a company. And whatever you are, it is important that you understand that business is important for you as a person, particularly at your level. Be it already if you are an owner or a company owner, that is good news. But if you are a staff of a company, just a normal employee, then you must really have it that having my own company or my own business one day, it's really important, and it comes with a lot of reward and great feeling. So an organization or entity engaged in commercial, industrial, or professional activities. You are either a commercial entity, you are either looking at being in a particular industry or a professional activity. And the reason for business could either be for profit making. Essentially, that is the main reason for business. But we also have businesses that are for non-profit organizations. You talk of NGOs and other social enterprises, which are not really for profit making, but are there to serve the needs of society and mankind. We are going to dwell largely on the for profit making. So the NGOs, pardon me if you are an NGO and you are here. So by definition, from the Cambridge Dictionary, we're looking at any activity of buying and selling goods and services. And we are stressing the point that there's always the demand and the supply side of business. So if you want to go into business, first of all, you must understand that business is largely for profit making. That is one. And also, importantly, there is the demand side and there's the supply side. If you are the one running the company, it means that you are going to be at the supply end, supplying your products and services to anyone who needs your product. And then if you happen to be on the demand side, that is talking about customers and clients that eventually will be interested in your product and services. We have different types, basically. There are some that cut across geographically, I think, or let's say, when it comes to Europe, there are types. When it comes to Ghana and Africa, there are also types pertaining to wherever you are coming from. This one is really for Ghana, so let me just talk about this slightly. It's not really a focus, but let's just deal with it briefly. So different types. We have the sole proprietorship, where it's all about you and the company. So largely, sole proprietor does not limit the liability of, like you basically are the company. The liability of the company is your liability. The asset of the company is your asset. Your assets are the company's assets, and liabilities of your liabilities are also that of the property of the firm, which comes in to say that if you do the right things and you benefit, eventually the company becomes stronger. If you are doing the wrong things and people have to come after you, collect debt from you, you are going to eventually lose that firm. If you pass away by this eventual death, you also die with the company. So it doesn't really exist after you. Then we have the partnership, where two people decide to go into agreement and establish a firm. That is also there. It is similar to the sole proprietor, but with a partnership, you cannot really have yourself and then do as you want. It always has to be in agreement with the other person or the other people that you're in partnership with. And then we have the company limited by guarantee, which is also there, and then the limited liability company, which is also a very good one. Most people go for the limited liability companies because the liability is limited to the corporation. It doesn't extend to you and your, what do you call it, your properties or whatever you may have as a person. The company becomes an entity. You are also an entity, a separate entity altogether. And then we have the companies with unlimited liabilities. Some of these ones are law firms and what have you. They don't really have any liability. Their liability is unlimited. And then we have external companies. If I'm here and I want to come into Ghana to, let's say I'm a citizen here and I want to come into Ghana to operate as a company, and I'm already registered here, that company then becomes an external company that is moving to Ghana. So this is by way of explanation of the different types of companies that we have. So what I would say to on this point is, if you want more details, into each one of them, you can read more about it or basically see us for more insight. It is always important you know where to start from. It's quite expensive running as a limited liability company. Then, of course, you have to pay corporate tax and what have you. It is a bit less expensive if you are going as a sole proprietor. You only pay income tax. Forgive me. I think I need to take some water this morning. Are we following? You can give me yes if you are. So we are going to our main topic, which is what is innovation. The seminar is about business innovation and invention. And now we're saying to innovate means to make changes in something established, especially, especially by introducing new methods, ideas, or products. So with innovation, it means you're introducing something, especially a product. Innovation is also the successful exploitation of ideas. We're also looking at the third one or the fourth one, which is the steps and processes to create an idea and get it into the marketplace as a product. And talking of innovation, it does not really demand of you to have the product as a new product necessarily. It could be an existing product, but you are just adding value to it, making it somehow new. And it is something that is very important. The innovation attribute of every organization, or to have the ability to innovate as a firm, is critical because that is the means of growth. If you have a product and you are not able to add value to that product over time, the product dies off eventually. The ability to create an idea or develop an idea and go beyond that stage of, the idea stage and move it into a product is very important. And it will take an innovative person to go through this process. We would narrow the whole thing to practical examples. So I'll be wrapping up quickly, and then we'll go to practical life, examples where we are going to look at different companies that are already existing, different products that are already in the market, which for so long, little or no value at all has been added to them. And we are saying creativity is what you do in your head to generate an idea. You realize that in order to be innovative, you need to be creative. So here we are expressing the point that innovation requires creativity. If you are not creative, it is difficult for you to be innovative. In your organization, wherever you are, be it self-employed, be it an employee of a firm, if you lack creativity, it's going to be difficult for you to innovate. It's going to be difficult for you to add to existing structures, existing processes, existing procedures in the firm. If you have your own company and you lack creativity, it means that whatever you are offering your customers you are not going to be able to add value more than you have at the moment. You are selling, what should I even call it? Give me an example. I normally love to use basic examples. So you are selling a credit card or recharge card. And the way you started from day one, after 5 years, is the same way, you do things. It is so wrong. It is so wrong. You need to be creative. Now we have forms of innovation. And then we are saying innovation is the practical implementation of ideas that result in the introduction of new goods and services or improvement in offerings such as goods and services. Just to stress the point that whatever it is that you have now as a business, as an entrepreneur, it calls on you to learn to add value. We have different forms. The first one we can talk about is the product innovation, where there's changes to what the firm produces. So you produce shirts, you produce suits, and for so long, there's no change to the product. You need to learn to what? Do things differently. Then you're looking at the process innovation, changes to how the firm operates. If you are unable to really review the process of production, how you produce your products from the start to the end or to the finished point, it is always the same. You are not looking at how to be more efficient, how to be more effective with regards to your processes, then I'm sorry, you are here to start. Eventually, you realize that it's going to cost you more to produce that same item because times are changing and you are not adjusting to what? To the new age. The third one we are talking about is intra-firm innovation. Within the organization, what can you do differently? What can you do differently? And then we can move to inter-firm what? Innovation between companies. So like B2B kind of enterprises. Please, just a minute. I'm getting a notification from Zoom. This meeting when it's ending, you can access. Wow. Okay. I think I just got a message from Zoom. And what we're going to do is, just in case for any reason we go offline, just click on the link again and it's going to connect back again. I think there's a limit to how long we can talk because we are here to subscribe fully. So if you can hear me, in case we drop off the line, just in about 30 seconds, just click back again and then you reconnect. Thank you so much. And then we are looking at the next thing we can talk about is changes to social technology. So we have the changes to physical technology and changes to social technology. If you look at how we interact now as a people, you realize that there's a great change with regards to how we do things now. Social media has come to change almost everything. We didn't mount any billboard anywhere. We did not go about sharing flyers and what have you. We did everything via social media. I'm able to talk to you now because of social media. So there's power in social media. If you don't know how to use social media, you are losing out as a company and as a business person. Now let's go to the next point. We are looking at invention, innovation, and diffusion. If you look at the diagram on the left side, the diagram is talking of, it started thing, invention, the process within and what? Overall engineering and product development process. Invention is basically starting something like producing a new thing that has never been in existence. It is basically new. Nobody knows of it. You are the first to bring it to the market. The diagram on the left is telling us that after you invent, over time, you have to learn to what? Innovate. And then that will lead to a diffusion. Diffusion is where most people are getting access to that product, which, you are able to first of all invent and add value to eventually for all of us to get to use. So Apple, had the idea, Steve Jobs had the idea to launch an iPhone. Eventually, it became a product. After that, you could see that they've added value, they kept adding value to the product, which has made them more competitive, in the market over time. It didn't end there. They had to learn to what? Produce on large scale so that you and I, wherever we are globally, can have access to their products. So that is how it is. So when you create the thing, you have to commercialize it. And then there's that transformational effect. We are saying innovation is to simply modify what is already existing, whereas invention is the ability to bring to bear what isn't or what wasn't existing. So it is necessary you understand this, that when you are inventing, you are bringing to birth what was not in existence. Can we mute our mics? I can hear myself. So why innovate as a business? Why do we have to innovate as a business? We've established the point that innovation is not necessarily producing something new. It could be adding value to what is already existing. So why innovate as a business? The number one point is it increases your chances to respond positively to change and discovery of what? New opportunities. If you know how to add value to an existing product, it makes you more competitive on the market. If you know how to add value to an existing product, you're able to respond positively to whatever new thing that is happening in the market. The core reason for modernization or what? Modern existence. If you know how to innovate, you learn to survive the changing times. Our world is sweeter than yesterday because of innovation. We are able to what? Enjoy our lives much better today. Innovation. For continuous competitiveness, that is ability to meet the needs and wants of what? Clients. If you know how to add value to whatever is existing within your community, you are able to continuously meet the needs and wants of clients. Let's look at practical examples. You are a watches seller. I keep using this example. And if you realize from both of us from Ghana, the way watches was sold 10 years ago, 20 years ago, but majority of watches sellers, it has been the same way. Along the way, you could see one or two modifications. But if you look critically, the change has not been that significant. It's basically the same method, the same approach, the same process of having to have a lot of people join a queue, of having to have a lot of people pay with physical cash, of having to have a lot of people move from their houses to where the watcher joint is before they're able to buy. And that is very wrong. It means that we have not really added value to that, should I say, industry, if I call it an industry, or to that, side of business, to that market. You understand? And talking about this, if you are someone here who is either looking for a job or a graduate, or you have some amount of money you can invest into any business enterprise, just pay close attention to what we are saying. You realize that we are selling ideas, at this time. We are selling ideas. We are selling businesses. We are just producing ideas at the moment. So we are saying in order to stay relevant, you need to learn to innovate. So innovation makes us what? Stay relevant. Whatever is there for so long without value addition, you lose taste for the thing. You don't feel like using the thing any longer. You are in your company and you are an employee. And every day is the same way of doing things. Trust you me. Over time, your boss will not even, a serious boss will not even consider you for anything again, because when I give you work to do, I'm not going to expect anything different. The way you write, the way you speak, the way you produce results are the same or is the same. And we grow. Your boss goes out for meetings, goes to seminars, go for, trips. He's exposed, he's seen things. You are in your small corner without, learning to add value to whatever it is that you do consistently. You are going to die off. You become irrelevant. You will not be used any longer. Same way, if you are a company, people buy from you. If you don't learn to add value over time, you die off. You become irrelevant. You become irrelevant. Let me stress the point once more, that just in case we go off because of our time limit given by Zoom, just reconnect again by clicking the link that was forwarded to you for the 10:30 program. It will bring us all back again. We may be lucky. I'm using two devices. One is paid for, the other one is not paid for. Me as a host, the one I'm using is paid for, but the other device I'm using is not paid for. So I don't know how the distortion is going to happen, but just by way of announcement, in case we just go off abruptly, just reconnect again and then we'll continue the session. Now, you need to innovate for economic growth and what? Profitability. You realize that your ability to innovate, your ability to add value to whatever existing product you have or existing service that you offer will give you more money, will ensure you are growing, because of course customers you're going to make have more customers buy from you than previously. It gives you some level of confidence to even communicate your product offerings to whoever is a prospective customer. When it's time to speak about the product, because of what the product is able to do. So let's continue. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? If someone can hear me, just say hi to me so I know I'm not alone.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay, that's very good. Some people are calling my WhatsApp. Immediately I pick it, disconnect the Zoom, and I don't know, answer them. I'm sure they'll survive. Anyway, so you're saying innovation also offers you the opportunity to grow and also become profitable as a company. And then we are also talking about for efficiency and what? Effectiveness. If you know how to innovate as a company or as a person, as a firm, it makes you more efficient over time. It means that it is your efficiency and your effectiveness that leads to great innovation. You understand? So it is very important that you know the link. If you are not efficient, if you are not effective, it means that it will take you forever just so you can add value to whatever it is that you already having. The point is, every business needs to develop capacity and competence to always innovate. You can look at product design, you can look at product promotion, you can look at production processes. So it could either be a process that you're adding value to, changing one or two things. It could either be what? A product design that you are looking at changing one or two things. Okay, I'm told my video is off. Let me see. All right. Okay, I believe you can all see me now. Yes. Okay, thank you so much. So you could, I keep getting messages. Just a minute. Let me check what this one is saying. Okay, yeah, thank you. All right, that's okay. You're welcome. All right, so that is the whole essence of what? Innovation, or being a business that seeks to innovate at all times. Now let's go to the next point. And we are talking of why invent new products and services. We established the fact and also look at the definition that invention is about creating something new, turning your idea into a finished product, turning your idea into a product. Innovation is not necessarily so. It is about considering what is already existing and changing it a bit, adding value to it in a way that will still meet the needs and wants of customers and whoever it is that you want to work place with that item. So why invent products and services? And we are going to link everything we are talking about to where majority of us come from, or where majority of us are at the moment. Most of us are from what? Ghana. Almost all of us are from Ghana. I want this seminar to bring about a challenge that after we are done today, you should be able to create something. You should be able to have a registered business. You should be able to find a problem within the society and see how you can add value or turn that challenge into what? Offer it a solution, basically. Turn that challenge into something that becomes a solution to people to what? Enjoy and to use. So we are going to talk about how to start your business, how to do everything, all in the seminar. So it's really a package that we've put together. Now, we invent so we can become first mover, to have first mover advantage. Like Steve Jobs, for instance, he brought about the iPad and MacBook and what have you. Almost everything that Steve Jobs gave us was something that was not in existence before. Then we have the Bill Gates, Microsoft, and all of that. We even have Tesla, who gave us an electric car. You understand? This gives the company and the inventor an opportunity to be a first mover. He makes all the money, he patents his product, and in no time he becomes a 6-digit, 7-digit figure person, which is a good thing. So we should all be aspiring for that. And whatever they've done in the West, don't forget, Africa is a virgin land. So we can do times 10 more than whatever they have done. Our population is now about 1.3 billion people. It tells you the amount of money with a GDP of about 4.3 thereabouts. It tells you the weight of Africa. If you look at Ghana alone, Ghana is about 30 million people. If you are to sell a product that is to offer, a selling price of one cedi, and you have to look at 15 million people buying your product, it could be consumables. It could be anything that every day somebody needs to use it. Trust you me, if each person, you have 15 people just buying, you are making profit of 1 cedi, that's 15 million a day. And it's possible to create such products. It is not difficult. We'll look at why I say it is possible. You understand? Is it meeting needs? Is it something that is offering a better life to the majority of the people in the country? Can it go global? Can it serve 2 different countries? Are you looking at Nigeria? Are you looking at Mali? Are you looking at Colombia? Even Nigeria alone, combining Ghana, Nigeria, and Togo alone. Oh goodness, we need to get there. If you are with me, just rejoice in your spirit that we are going to get there very soon. That among us, we are going to create products that will be transnational. You understand? Beyond borders. So we are saying new inventions in order to solve complex problems, catastrophes. So we are still experiencing the pandemic, that is COVID-19. And the smart ones, there again, you could see I've already created vaccines and what have you. We may disagree whatever it is that the vaccine can do and cannot do. But trust me, it is an invention. It has happened. People are using it. It's running into shortages now, and new approaches have to be developed and look at how it can be produced on a large scale once more. So you invent for growth. That is another thing you have to consider. So if you are here, you have to know that if you are able to bring out a new product, it adds to your growth process. So it's very necessary at all times to look at how to go about creating something new. So business invention creation, we're talking of the ability of the business to identify a niche and create solutions to meet needs and wants of clients and customers. It is not just about an individual. It is always a good thing if you have a team that helps you in this process. So what are we talking about? The idea will surely start from one person. It is definitely somebody who will be gifted with that idea. Now the person then brings it to the table and all hands on deck. We have methodologies of creating new things. We have methodologies to invent and to innovate. And some institutions that is taught. Other places it is not taught at all. So you have people, a whole continent, and they don't know how to create anything. And that is the challenge of Africa. Because we are not taught how to create. We are not taught how to innovate. Like we are having this seminar now. How many people know of what we are going to be teaching now? The ability that when you have a firm, you are in a place, you have a product, you have a service, don't sell the same thing for so long. Learn to add value, learn to bring something new to the market. And the surprising thing and the most annoying aspect of the whole discussion is everything we need is available to us in a way of information on the net. The internet is there to offer us every idea, every process, everything in between that needs to be done to achieve a certain product or a certain result is available. So let's not slack. So we are looking at problems equating to opportunities. And now wherever you have problems, there you have opportunities. On our continent, again, Africa, the last time I made a statement that if not about 1 million problems, then there are about 1 billion problems that we have on the continent. And each one of these problems that we have is an opportunity to make money, to make wealth. We are going to look at areas to consider very soon. There's a slide for that. Societal problem can be anything that is a nuisance or does not offer comfort and a better way of life. As you are speaking now, people are going on and off just because internet is bad. It's a nuisance. You wish you have a stable internet like I'm enjoying here. You wish the light is on. I wish nobody's light goes off, because it can happen anytime. Somebody's phone is going off now because of low battery. He couldn't charge because there was no light. You understand? Societal problems can be anything, be it a nuisance or does not offer comfort or a better way of life. And that to an entrepreneur is a business. How to create a business. And then we are going to also look at, now that we've talked of innovation and invention, how then do you make your business an innovative one and one that can invent new products to meet the needs and wants of your customers and the general population, be it in your country or even on the continent. You say, study and understand your community or environment. You can do a feasibility studies on this to understand where you are, what is needed, what can be done different. It all starts with understanding where you are, trying to be observant, trying to see, look out for what is happening around you. What are the complaints? What are the problems so obvious within your space? What are the complaints of people? And identify which one syncs well with you. You understand? Among the millions of things that people are complaining about, there's one that you can do best. You understand? And doing best means that it could be a passion that you have, or it could be a developed skill. We have different people on the platform. I wish we can write. I believe this will also help us. If we can just put down on the in the chat room our various capacities, or whatever it is that you are, an accountant, a doctor, an insurer, you know, a marketer, an executive or whatever firm, whatever it is that you are, if we can just put that in the chat, it's going to help me to really sell some ideas, not necessarily sell, but offer some free advice. You know, you can never know where your help will come from. It could come from me today, you know, so if you can go to the chat and just put something there, I'll look at those things and some ideas will just drop in and we'll just make a headway. We're talking of, to create a business, you must be able to consider a market, an industry to belong, or a place you want to focus on. You have been signed out because your account is signed in from another device. What's happening? Hello? Please, can anyone hear me? I'm having a challenge with Zoom. I don't know what's happening. I just got a message that I've been signed out.
We can hear you.
Oh, okay. Then that's quite
We can hear you.
All right. Thank you so much. Let me see if the recording is on. All right, the recording is on. That's good. So you need to understand and consider a market. Here you are, you want to start a company, you want to start a business. You understand? You want to register it. You need to understand the industry, or, you know, be more considerate with regards to where you want to, which people you want to serve. It could be the hotels or the hospitality industry. It could be travel and tour. It could be in the telecom space. It could be in the food joint space, confectionaries and what have you, you know. And then conduct a market survey and affirm your observations. It's always necessary. It's always good you are able to conduct a survey that helps you to understand that which you think it is, that which you feel perhaps it could be this one, it could be that one. Without a survey, trust me, you may be deceiving yourself. It may look like it, but it's not, like a mirage. Because you've had 10 people complaining to you, 20 people complaining to you. You think that's something to start a business with? No. You may just mislead yourself. Consider a sample space or a sample size that is quite, you know, appreciable. So that give and take, you know, if majority of people are saying this, then it's something that is worth considering. You understand? And then we are saying a business plan would be much needed. If not, try to establish the following. In our last seminar, we established the fact that talking of a business plan, it's not something that is too big and too attractive. No, far from that. It's basically everything that you want to put out there for someone to buy. You know, the process that the whole business and the idea and the product creation should go through. You understand? So there's every consideration that will make you prosperous, you know, contained in a business plan. It is not necessarily for you to just think of it as a book or as something that, trust me, I've seen people who didn't have a business plan and their businesses are doing so well. It could be by luck, but there's always an advantage. Just like you want to put up a house, you cannot compare a house that has an architect involved to a house without an architect. The plan is laid out. If every process, everything is considered inch by inch. And so that is the importance of a business plan. But if you cannot, you're still afraid of it for whatever reason, for lack of a better expression or word, you can then have to look at these very ones. You need to understand your product offerings and the benefit of your product. What do you want to offer people? What do you want to sell to your customers? Understanding, have a firm understanding. If you're already in business, then the things we've talked about now should be things that you have already considered and you are working with. You understand? We talked about the first point, understanding your environment. You understand? We talked about the problems within your space. It means that you already, you've considered these things already, and that is how come you are running the company or a business. Without a business plan, we are talking of how you need to be able to know your target market. Who do I want to serve? Who do I want to sell this product to? Who do I want to sell this service to? Who needs this to make them comfortable? Who need this to make them, enjoy life some more? That is it. It is the product offering, the value you offer at the end of the day that gives you the financial returns that you would expect as a company or as an entrepreneur. You must understand the marketing mix, something which is so important. Your product, your price, the promotion, and then the place. This for product, creation, that is tangible things that you can feel, touch, and then see. The marketing mix, the full marketing mix is very important. If it's a service, you must understand the place, the people, you understand, and the physical location. Like those things are equally necessary. So you don't tell me you have a business running and you don't know what is a marketing mix, or you don't know what is marketing mix. No, you need to come again. If you, as you are listening to me now, if you don't know marketing mix, it is really taught at the master's level, forgive me, but it's a business thing. It's a business management, concept that needs to be understood by every entrepreneur, and then the initial setup. Mr. Innocent, can you mute your mic, please? Let me try and then mute everybody. All right, thank you. Okay, so we are looking at understand or have a firm knowledge of the initial setup arrangements, including the cost. You want to start a company, you want to start a business, you must know how much it's going to cost you to start it. You get the whole thing. So I think you are seeing the slides. You're going to make them available. Take note of each one of them as we are being referred to and it's been suggested. All right. So here, this is something that we all need to look at. Different services. And I think America is a service nation. So is I think UK is also a service nation. For most countries now, they've moved from, product manufacturing to service. Service is more about how we serve one another. You understand? And it is important we understand which ones are there for us to also consider as people who want to have our own business, or we are already in a business. We might choose to do more. So we are talking of the communication service, and this is the list that is given by the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade. It is now the WHO. Yeah, what do you call it? Did I say WHO? Forgive me. The mind is hot. The World Trade Organization, the WTO, World Trade Organization. Madam Dinah, can you please mute your mic, and that of Madam Agnes Womeno? We're having a challenge hearing you. So first of all, as one of the areas you can look at if you are here on this platform is the communication, services. There's a whole lot. There are expertise here who, are communication, giants and experts. You understand? They're going to give us a breakdown of what are various services that we can offer. You understand? Business services, construction and engineering related services. You are looking at distribution services. When COVID, became that serious and a pandemic everywhere, in abroad where the housing address system was good, delivery became the order of the day. Food were being delivered here and there. Like it picked up, that industry just picked up like that. And the smart ones are still in business, big time. You get it? The environmental services. Just look at the problems we have in the environment. Africa is one of the dirtiest continents you can ever have, for whatever reason. You can create a business out of that. You can create a business where you go to schools and educate them. Understand? You just package yourself so well. Every Friday, you have a number of schools that you go to. Just look for a way where you, like something you call yourself that once the headmaster hears of you, trust me, he has no choice than to receive you in. And just package yourself. Let's begin to teach our children how to keep the environment clean. And trust me, that is a huge industry. the baller industry, as we call it. I think in Ghana, it's being run by just one person or a few others with one giant, Zoom Lion. It's so wrong. How can one person just conquer the whole market? You understand? The baller industry, it has made that man a rich man, trust you me. The educational services, I'll be going into details what I see for each one of them, just as I mentioned the Zoom Lion, instance now. So bear with me. Okay, good. Thank you. I think the different professionals we have here are listing themselves, which is very good. Let it keep flowing. Thank you so much. We have life insurer, we have a chartered accountant, and we have operations manager and edit hotel, investment banker. That is very good. Let it keep coming. We are going to talk about different things that each of you can do, different companies that you can create, from your space at the moment. Trust me, something will surely pop up right now. So don't worry, just let it flow. Let it keep coming. Then we are looking at the educational service, the financial services, the health-related and social services. We're also looking at tourism and travel-related services. We're looking at recreational, cultural, and sporting services, transport services, other services. When I was preparing my slide, I'm like, what is the other services? Then I realized that in some places, there are some jobs that, trust me, you're not even thinking about in your country, but they are there as a service that people do. You understand? People go and stand at a place just to monitor. It's a service. They just stand to monitor what people are doing. All manner of services. So they all fall under the other services. And trust you me, each one of these is $1 billion product offering that can be created, from each service we are talking about here. It's really a big thing to know where to belong. You understand? Now that we've listed the services. Let me just chip in this. Do you know we have teachers who are very poor? Quite recently, I'm still having that challenge with a former, one of my best teachers. He really helped me with mathematics. If I love math, it's because of that man. And he was so brilliant. This man studied music in the university, but he became a math and science teacher. So intelligent that if he's teaching you math, trust me, there's no way you fail. And he has gone on retirement and he's as broke as, forgive me for sharing his story, God pardon me. And I don't understand. Look, do you know how different his story would have been if he had learned to just innovate at the time of his prime, when he was very young? Just innovate by adding a bit of value to. Sad. If you're a teacher here, you need to buy a camera. You need to turn your room, a corner of your room, into a studio. Buy a board, a whiteboard. Put the camera on you like we are doing now, and record yourself. And go to schools and sell it. Go on YouTube, create a channel, and learn to monetize your channel. This is free advice. Why do you teach? You went to university, you spend so much to get this knowledge, and you cannot spend just a little more to add value to that which you can do differently. So you see where the annoyance coming. It's well. We have a whole country where it is very difficult to socialize. Socialize on a positive ground. A whole year goes by without having program for children, like the culture, the recreation activities, program for the youth, program for disabled people, festivals, talk of music festivals, talk of science festivals, talk of technological festivals. Like, can't somebody just do that? Can't you just be an organizer of events? Is someone following? Can't it just be a passion where somebody will just create a whole product, a whole service? Where you just focus on this. People need help. People are ignorant of so many things. I have a platform for the youth. We call it the Youth Movement Platform. And trust you me, a chunk of our youth don't know what they are doing. The phone they are holding is just for gossip. So they go on YouTube and all they do is just to listen to people talking about others, gossiping. And there's a lot we can do, by way of product offering to this generation of young ones. I'm getting the message again that this meeting will end in 10 minutes time. I don't know why, because I'm using this. This is not giving me that challenge, but this is giving me that challenge. So just in case it goes off again, pardon me once more. I think we have to reconnect again. If it happens the last time, I'll just focus on the one that is paid for. And then, because I've used this to subscribe and this as the recording device. So my time is running out on this one more. I think they just give 40 minutes and then you have to reconnect again. So forgive us, we'll manage. You understand? So what was I saying? Please, let's look at each of the service. There's so much we can do. There's so much we can avail ourselves for in terms of product offerings and service creation. There's so much. You are in the investment industry and just past 2, 3, 4 years ago, look at the scandal that hit the investment industry. And there are so many people who have money to invest, but they're afraid. And money goes with trust. So how do you make people trust you? How can you create a service, a product out of the situation? You understand? Where can you get them? Where are they? What kind of engagement do you need to begin to have with people? You understand? A whole industry has collapsed, and it's about rebirthing. And that is an opportunity for someone to make money. Just offer a consultant service on financial products, how people can invest differently. Kill the fears of people, clear it away, let knowledge fill in the space, let light come to, into the minds of people. And see if they will not make you their investment manager, their relationship manager, where you begin to make commissions on funds that you place for them, fund manager on behalf of these people. Where are the other professionals? Let me look at the list there. I don't know whether I'm offering some good points here, but I'm sure we are making a headway. A translator, English to French translator. I have a little girl who needs to learn French. So, Madam Jeanette, how do we get to know of you? Do you have a card? How are you promoting yourself? I am an example here. If not, I'm saying it now. At least I'm a father. How are we? This is unimaginable, and I hold myself to it as well. A country in the middle of French-speaking nations, left, right, center, and I don't know how many of us here on this platform can speak French. France, as the head office for French-speaking nations, is a wealthy nation. There are expatriates who come into the nation and they are unable to communicate effectively with people just because they are unable to understand the language of the people. If you're a translator, how are you adding value beginning from now? It would be great if you tell me you're already in the process. I will be so happy for you. But if not, make it a business. Incorporate it. Don't make it an individual thing. Make it an establishment. Be an institution. Have operational documents. How you intend to run the company. Develop a manual that will guide you. A pricing system. A product offering system. A service delivery system. Something that will take you from that lower level to a level where even the president will love to associate with you. The president of the nation would love to point at this company. We are in a country and Alliance Francaise has come to Ghana. And for years, I nearly went to Alliance Francaise because of my international business certificate, master's program. And for years, it has been the only outstanding institute or institution that is offering what? French, English, and I think they do some other languages as well. The story must change. So, Madam Jeanette, it's a challenge to you. Turn yourself into an institution. You can see me for more or see Honors Consult for more as to how you can package yourself. If I may get a comment or two from you, is what is happening helping? Are we on course? Can someone just answer me? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hello, we can hear you.
Okay. Are we on course? Are we making progress? Is it touching people?
Yeah. You are making progress.
All right.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much. I need the feedback. It's very necessary. Okay. So once again, I think I was just informed 10 minutes ago that we may be, getting to our time limit. So just in case it happens, like I said, I have two devices. One is paid for I've paid for Zoom. The other one is not paid for. One is being used for the speaking, one is used for the recording. So just in case the other one goes off and you need to reconnect, just click on the same link and then we'll get back again here. All right. So how to innovate? We are now going to look at practically how do we innovate. You understand? And we are saying, see innovation as a skill or a competency. You understand? It is a skill. You need to have it. I'm able to easily create things. Today we are launching a fund. You understand? This is an invention in my life though, but it is nothing new. You understand? So it is a skill. If you don't have it, you struggle to understand all the things we are talking about here. You may go home and not be able to make use of the seminar. So consider it as a passion, as a skill, something that you need to develop, competency in. Add innovation methodologies to the set of competencies that you may have. Innovation methodologies. So you can go on the net and learn, how do I become innovative? What are the methodologies of becoming an innovative firm? If you're a company and you don't have innovative or innovation methodologies, trust you me, you are losing out in this dispensation. There should be a department where people are into research and product development. You understand? There should be a department where it is basically for innovation. The big companies, they have that. So when this company introduces this person is introducing the first mover advantage. They don't wait for you to, Samsung is there, iPhone is there, and iPhone says I'm sleeping. Oh goodness. You are selling Wachi, and your competitor is always innovating. Today is introducing QR code. Tomorrow is introducing cashless, transaction. Instead of even if it's a Ahaban, today it's a special Ahaban. The Ahaban that when you smell it, you realize that this one is even calling me to eat the food together with Ahaban. Innovation. So we are saying it's a skill. You need to develop it. Learn it and master the art of it. Master it. Learn it and master it over time. Learn about systematic methods of creativity, ways to generate innovative products and services in demand. It's something, it's a process. It should follow us, it should be systematic. Now, when you do all of that, it will lead you somewhere. It will lead you to what? A product. It will lead you to a service. You understand? We've seen how people teach in schools, that they don't teach well. You've had a bit of Montessori education, where you know how to relate well with children, where you know how to take care of children. The children of today have special needs than yesterday. We were beaten. You can't beat my child now in school. For what reason? No. There should be a proper way of handling the children. Now, if you have this understanding, how are you able to turn this method of handling children well now, which only a few people, if you talk about Montessori schools in Ghana, it's like for the rich. What I thought is Montessori school. It's just the methodology of teaching the children, how they handle them like princes and princesses. Okay. So I think we can go on. So welcome back, everyone, once again. So let's move on to the pilot phase of it. So after you have been able to create the product, the service, you need to be aware that there is a phase where the product must go through, a certain process gradually. Don't be in a rush. Trust me, it's a rush, Betty. So don't be in a rush, So importantly, innovation is about people. In the first place, you need to understand that in the first place, that what you have done is going to meet the needs and wants of people. And that use the pilot phase to see how people get excited about what you have created. So I have learned a new way of cooking food. I must be able to serve my family, first of all, with that delicious meal and see their response. For all you know, to me it is sweet, but to them, it is nothing to write home about. So your jubilation and your excitement will just cut short over there. But when they're able to test it and you see that they are responding positively, then you move it to the other households, around you. Eventually, you move it to your community. Eventually, you move it to your municipality and then the country at large. Now, everything we are teaching here, the seminar is basically about how to start from nothing to having a business. So if you are here and you don't understand that this seminar is about me becoming an entrepreneur, then please, you have to come back again. The seminar is basically for you to learn how to create a business and how to champion the cause of growing a good business and make it one of repute, that it will serve the needs and wants of so many people, millions of people. You understand? So everything we talk about here is not at the individual level. It is for commercialization. Every of the things we are teaching now is for commercialization. So let's take note of that. And then we are talking of get people excited about it, to, during the pilot phase to see whether it's good or not. And all of this will come from your market survey. You need to go out to engage people, to interact with people, find out their views on what you want to offer them, and see whether they are going to like it or not. Just express, let them understand the concept, what the whole thing is about, what are the benefits of the product to them. If it is a phone that you want to manufacture, if it is a communication device that you are bringing on board, if it is a gadget and equipment, something for the skin, something for the body, something for the immune system, something that would, like for the accountants and for the doctors and what have you. If you're a doctor here or if you're in the healthcare industry, there's one thing I remember. If you are in there's another big industry in Ghana that people don't know of, the mother care business. And I know someone who is on the platform who this will really go a long way to help. Look, let me extend this to every of the business enterprises that we are talking about. The market has changed. And whatever you are offering, you need to be able to move the thing to the people now. Unlike before where people will come to you, the market has now changed. If you can just have a way of moving that mother care business to identifying. Madam Pauline, can you please mute your mic, please? And Madam Edith, can you also mute your mic? We see Edith Ghana. Madam, okay, good. If you can move the mother care, you move the whole shop or the whole company. If it's a factory or it's a shop, move it from the location to where the people are. Visit every antenatal and what's the word? The other one, is it postnatal? Forgive me. Visit every one of them. Have a flyer. Tell them you want to serve them. You want to come to them. Let them give you a call. Have an arrangement where, look, you walk past and there are thousands of Okada boys sitting on their motorbikes waiting for someone to pass by and call on them to move them here and there. If you don't have any means of delivery or transportation, create something around the Okada boys. There's now what do you call it? A discussion as whether to legalize or not. At the moment, they are still in operation. What I'm saying is move the business to who needs it. You don't necessarily have to carry the product itself. Just carry the whole service, the whole product offering to those who might need it. Visit them at the hospitals. There are days where they go to. Every one of them needs children's products. But if you expect them to come to you, just compare the difference. The one that you are going to have phone calls from them. Do you know, myself and my wife were struggling at the time to even get some kind of dresses for our children because, one, there's no time to go to the market to buy it. If you have to go, you have to travel all the way to Accra, Kantamanto, Tudu, just so you can get competitive price sometimes, you know. But for many people, the convenience of sitting in their home and having you bring a bill, open it up and let them make a choice, they are good to go. So that's a free one for whoever is in that industry and is listening. It's a huge one. Mother care. If you're not selling, then that means you don't know what to do now. Like you really don't know what to do. And this is how to go about things. Just move to the people. Whatever business you're offering, learn to move to the people. Now, another pilot, you are saying, let it be organic. Don't rush the process. So even with this whole thing we are talking about now, about moving to the people, let it be in phases. Once you believe in a product, let it be organic, grow organically. Don't rush things on people, otherwise they begin to have doubts, you know. Be flexible and let people express their feelings about whatever you're offering them. Because they are the ones going to use it, you know. And your product that you have innovated can only go far by what? Word of mouth, from peer to peer. You understand? It's going to carry a lot of weight. If I'm to... Madam Sylvia, can you please off your mic? It's going to carry a lot of weight if we have one person here who is able to tell us, look, I have this product and it really offered me this benefit and that benefit. That word of mouth carries a lot of power. So in piloting your product, learn to have people talk about it to others. Let it go like that. You will come to advertisement, advertisement and all of that. It is necessary. But once you are piloting it, let the word of mouth spread the good news to people. You understand? And then we are talking of diversify possible risk, which is after you've developed prototypes, test the whole thing, build it up, and successfully launch it in the market. Just see how you can diversify risk. This, I think I'll leave it to you. It comes by experience as well. Sometimes is it talk is cheap. Not necessarily that talk is cheap. Talk with hard work and evaluation is what makes the difference. So as we say it nicely this way and you want to practice it, be mindful of the risk and the disappointment that will come in. But just be resolute. Resolute that at all costs, I'll win this race. I'll win this, battle. I'll succeed in this endeavor. You understand? So you are not easily disappointed and let down. No. It's hard work to get to the top. It is very hard work. There are so many nights you cry, nights that I have gone through it. It's not easy getting to the top. You understand? So after you have innovated a product and you are testing it and it's not moving, keep at it, keep reviewing, and possibly diversify the risk that will so much affect you and discourage you. Now, I've already talked about this slightly. We are saying how to innovate, and we are talking of go commercial. Again, we are going to look at service augmentation, which is having parts of the service offering that the consumer is aware of and responds to, but are not necessarily part of the core product. So, for instance, we have laptops. Not many companies at the time of producing or inventing a laptop thought of, laptop bags. If you go into it, you realize that the bags that we put laptops in are from a different company altogether. Yeah, so that is what service augmentation. It could also be product augmentation. So you look at whatever is in existence. There's this product there. All right. So there is television. There is a car company that sells cars. How do I go to this company and offer my insurance products to them? Because cars definitely go with insurance. You can't have a car on the road without having insurance with it. You understand? So create something from whatever is existing. You understand? What example can I give? I think as we go along, examples will come. So I'm talking of e-commerce shops, online. There is human beings who have needs to be met. There are companies that are supplying these needs. Now, what can you create differently that will blend the two, that will link the two, the suppliers and the demand of whatever product that is there? You understand? I'm looking at the names, those who I know, and see whether I can suggest some things to them. You understand? So product service augmentation is very necessary. Once you have augmented something, go commercial. Don't go solo. Don't stay in your room, talk about it. No, we are recording this and it's going to play eventually. At the end of the day, it's a way of selling what we are doing. You understand? Commercialize your craft. And then we say create complementary goods and what? Services. So goods whose appeal increases with the popularity of what? It's what? Complement. If you have Milo, you need milk to enjoy your Milo. You understand? If you have sponge, you need soap to enjoy your bath. You understand? Whatever it is, look at what to add to that thing which will promote the thing, also promotes you. You understand? If you have insurance products, the product is there. But if you're able to inform and educate people on the need for insurance, you are selling yourself, you are selling the insurance product. Both of you go hand in hand. Insurance is selling, you are also selling. Your consultancy is selling. You understand? It's as simple as that. But if you don't learn to appreciate that, I can create a complementary product out of whatever is existing, we all get to suffer. And that is the challenge of Africa. That is the challenge we see back home. We are all laid back. Same things continue forever. And nobody comes in with a new idea. And whenever somebody introduces something new, it becomes, hey. And eventually everybody just hooks onto it. It stays there like that forever again. We all lose interest because we don't innovate anymore. We lose interest, the thing drops down again. Then, another person also invents something. We hook onto it. We celebrate it. We do whatever we can do with it. We leave it there without adding value to it. Then our interest comes down. It doesn't work that way. Services that come with products for support, normally offered in addition to any business's core services. So that is to talk about supplementary and then what's complementary products. It's very necessary we know those things. Now, there's a point where I'm talking of serve well, how to serve well. You cannot have all of these points we've talked about doing so well if you don't know how to offer it to those who need it. If your service delivery is very wrong, trust me, no matter how good your product is, it will not bring you any good returns. You understand? So a product that is of immense benefit should have a team capable of selling it and delivering it so well. You understand? We have a challenge with service delivery in Africa. Service delivery. So if you can look at training people on how to deliver a service as create a business, just go about teaching people how to do things well. Like we are in consultancy now, business management consultancy. We teach you how to run your company. We teach you how to manage yourself so you can become more profitable. We tell you that if you don't scale up as a business, you get to die eventually because your running cost will be, will consume you. You understand? So the first thing is the need to identify existing products. In order to sell well, you need to identify what is there. What product has been in existence for so long. I always talk of the Waakye experience. That Waakye and Rice, their food joints, they've been there for forever. I think I saw Reggie Stone and the wife doing something different where they have repackaged Waakye. And even the backlash that they had, trust you me, people have reduced Reggie Stone to nothing just because he said he's repackaging Waakye. That is not a Waakye seller. And the guy came on TV and displayed the process. And it's wow. And ignorant masses, if I can use that expression, ridicule the guy and the wife to what, as if they do that so well, they will not become prosperous with it. So let me express this concern also. Look, you may have a challenge like that where people don't believe in you. People don't believe in your product offering because they think they so much know you that you are a big guy, you are not coming to this level to help people in this class. Or of all the things in the world to consider, you couldn't go into oil and gas. You couldn't go into mining. It is Waakye you want to sell as a musician. You couldn't even go to music industry to do anything for music. Therefore, he has developed capacity in that innovation of his. And when the thing was displayed, they just came on TV and then showed how you can get the Waakye, remove it from the bottle and all of it. It was a fantastic idea. The Waakye doesn't get to spoil quickly. It takes a long time and it's still hot. So nice. So don't be discouraged easily. People are there to discourage you. That is their business. Yours is to turn their discouragement or that is, their disbelief into what? A success story. And prove them that, look, I was resolute in doing this and I've achieved the results. Then again, we are looking at what are the different opportunities with regards to products and service delivery, as well as customer service. So how to serve well. You need to identify the opportunities in each one of these. Then you can be able to serve well. Are customers satisfied with current product delivery and standards? You understand? What is the standard at the moment? Are customers happy with it? If you want to serve well, you don't know what is the standard, you can't serve well. You understand? You must know what is expected and what is the actual situation on the ground. Averagely, most schools are not doing well. I went from kindergarten to university level in Ghana. If I'm to compare that to what I'm getting abroad, the difference is clear. You understand? Somebody should take on that as a job. Transform and reform the kindergarten stage. Transform and reform the, junior high level. Transform and reform the SHS level. Bring Montessori, which now we are claiming is anything to go by, to what? The 4. Let people experience it for themselves. That it doesn't matter how much you have. You can still enjoy the Montessori level of education or standard of education. You understand? Don't leave it to the schools. Now be a school, an institution that teaches the schools how to run it. So just take 6 months, 1 year course, develop yourself in the methodologies to run a Montessori school and teach others how to what? Make this a solution. You understand? I wrote an article quite recently talking about in order to solve our millions, the problems we have, which are in their millions, let us institutionalize each of the problems with the kind of solutions that we have. If you have a solution, make it an institution that will offer that solution on a large scale. Don't call me in my house, let me not call in your house and we talk about it, you and I. It dies with us. If it's an institution like I'm doing now, I'm selling it out to how many of you now? 15 that have registered. Eventually, if it comes online on the channels and all of that, it will serve millions of people. And that is what we're talking about. So make it an institution. You understand? Offer quality at best. Nothing less, nothing more. Quality should be your ultimate. If you want to serve and serve well, let quality be the ultimate. You may surely start from somewhere, but have this at the back of your mind that I stand for quality. I stand for what? The best. And don't just be offering us anything that is already in the market. Then what is the competition all about? You want to run a school. You want to run a hospital. You want to run what? What are the examples? You want to bring a phone to the market. You're an insurance company. You're an accountant. And your financials cannot fly beyond Ghana. You know, there's always a challenge when they are sourcing for funds outside. The requirements they need is very different from what we have locally. And a lot of the time, you have chartered accountants who are not able to meet that standard of what? Of developed countries. You make a Ghanaian chartered accountant prepare financials for you. You cannot sell it anywhere. And it's a challenge. So once you qualify as a chartered accountant, what more can you do to meet that world-class standard that is there? So that if I'm going to look for money outside and I call on you, prepare me financials, prepare me bankable documents, it's so easy. You know what to touch for us to move on. Put energy into what you do. To serve well comes with energy. I'm here talking for close to 2 hours now. Without energy, I'll break down. So put energy into what you do. Exceed expectations with what your product offerings. These are ways you can serve your market very well. Exceed expectations with the product offerings. Develop skills and competencies. What we lack is skills. We don't have a lot of people with the right skills. I have resolved and decided not to employ graduates because you struggle with them. At the level you are, they come to bring you down and to be a tussle. Do this, they don't understand it. You have to spend a day just to do a 10-minute work. Eventually, when I get bigger, I'm going to employ graduates. But I think where I am now, upon the analysis, unless you are good in that which you have been employed for, fair be it. But if you are not coming to learn it and you don't have the requisite skills, you say you've been trained for the thing. You've not gone the extra mile to even test it on anything. Honors Consult has evidence to show for from people who listen to our seminars. People are doing big things, I must tell you. Industries are transforming just by listening to us, I must tell you. And there are examples to show for. So develop competence, skills, and capabilities, you understand? Now we're talking of going digital as a business. In this dispensation and era, if you don't learn to go digital, whatever it is that you are offering the public, you will not make much. So go digital. It is a means of what transforming your business. It is also a means of streamlining your business processes. When you go digital, you make things easy. Things flow easily. I'm here in UK. I'm running the firm in Ghana. And we work as if I'm there with them. That is how it is. Go digital. And what? Use technology to enhance interaction with customer and what? Employees. Use your technology to enhance what? Interaction. I keep going off and coming back. I don't know what's happening. I think the network. Use technology to what? Enhance customer interaction and delivering excellent customer experience. It's always about the customer, never about you. It's always about the customer and the new methods of doing business. So that is what digitalization or a digital, era means to us. It is always about the customer and it offers us new methods of doing business, which is very important. All right. I think, I don't know whether I should pause here and then get 1 or 2 feedback from you, or we should just continue and then wrap up quickly so that we can move on to the next session. So we talk about business process, as one of the things we're going to be delving into. And I think for all of us here, it is important to understand what is a business, as we have already discussed, and what are the processes that we must know and consider so we can, do the right things and see growth and become more profitable. So we are talking of a set of logically related tasks or activities performed to achieve a defined business outcome. If you have a company or if you have an establishment, you need to have a process with which you operate. We have drawn out a manual for that. How, if you engage with owners consult, where we start from, where we move you through, what we do differently. Each phase, we walk you through it so you understand that it's a process. We just don't do things anyhow. Now, we are looking at 3 different, issues or 3 different things when it comes to business process. You have to look at the primary process, which addresses the main value-added activities. The main things that you do, what are the processes that you go through to do that which you do. Then there's a support process, which is necessary, but albeit not value-added activity. So the support does not really add any value. The main process is with the primary process. The support does not really add much value. You understand? I don't know what to even look for. I think an example will come, which I will share. And then the development process, which seeks to improve the performance of primary and support processes. You understand? Over time, you have to learn to move on. And that is where the innovation comes in. How do you develop? How do you add value? How do you grow? You understand? It should be part of your business process. You get the whole thing. And then the mapping, when you have a process, you need to have something we call mapping, which is developing graphic representation of firm's relationship and or activities making up the business process. You need to develop a graphic representation. So when you walk into the company, in your organization, in your firm, you need to be able to lay out, this is the starting point, this is the middle, and this is the end. So that in between, if there's any challenge, you know where to go, you know what to tackle, you know who to see. You understand? If you don't have a graphic representation, the meeting will be ending in 10 minutes time. We are going to reconnect again shortly. And then I think we'll come back again. And I trust this will be the last time we'll be reconnecting because it's now 12:18. And then from there, we'll just move on to the launch of the SME Business Support Fund, something which is for all of us. So we need to join and then have that program launched and apply whatever amount of money you're looking for. Just apply. We are there. Next year is our Europe tour. We are just touring Europe, looking for all the money we can get to push into Africa. Trust you me, it will be big and huge. So don't be scared of any amount. And we are going to scrutinize the business idea, the proposal, and make sure it is worth the investment that you are asking for. So in case we go off, just as we have been informed, reconnect and then we'll continue by wrapping up shortly, and then we go into the launch of the second program. So purpose of mapping, we're talking of, it creates common understanding of the content of the process. So whatever you are, be it manufacturing industry, be it a service delivery company, be it consultancy, be it teaching or whatever, mapping helps you to understand the content. You do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. You understand? The activities, the results, and who performs various steps. You understand? You have a school. Who does what? When somebody first comes into the school, where does the person go to? Who takes care of this? Who takes care of that? Who takes care of that? How quick is the process? Is it satisfactory or is boring and exhaustive? You need to simplify your process so to get the best outcome. It defines the boundaries of what? The process. Understand? It provides baseline for measurement and impact of improvements, what? Efforts, which is very important. If you have a map that you follow as a company, you are able to know how to measure what is happening. If you are falling short or you're not performing in a particular area, you are able to identify it easily. Unlike when there's nothing, you are running a local champion company because it's your own money. It's for you. You understand? And perhaps you're even doing well. Are you growing or you are scaling up? And if you are growing, how long is it taking you to grow? When should you start scaling up? Those are the questions that you should be asking yourself. Some of you are working for organizations that for long, it's only growth that you see. You don't see scale up. So if you are earning 3,000, 2,000, 1,500, it's the same 1,500 for 10 years. At most, they increase by 1%, 2%. It is very wrong. You need to scale up. Once you are able to help organizations to scale up, all of you get to enjoy the goodies that come along with that scaling up activity. And to take a team to scale up, not an individual. You understand? So it offers a baseline for management, for measurement when you map the organization. Graphical representation. Each and everybody is on there or on the in the map. It helps a lot. Now we're going to talk about importance of the business process, which ensures productivity. That is a measure of process performance. And this is something that I'll take my time to explain so you can understand and know how relevant it is to your business. If you talk of productivity, it is basically your output over your input. Now, a lot of us go to work and things are happening, but trust me, majority of the things happening do not point to a productive exercise. It doesn't. So we are not really productive with how we run our firms. Just divide how much revenue you are making, the output, as against the energy you are putting into the business. And know whether you are being productive or not. Now, it is not enough to be productive. It is always important to be efficient. And this is what we talk of efficiency. The thing that you are doing, your productivity, right? Divided by the standard. So you're a local champion. Can you compete outside of your jurisdiction? If you move your product to Nigeria, if you move it to Niger, if you move it to Uganda, Rwanda, can it still have the same effect? Or once demand is increasing, your weakness begins to show forth. Once demand is increasing, you don't have what it takes to contain it. You're not efficient. You understand? And it's always against 100%. So we are talking of efficiency is about doing things right, whereas effectiveness is about doing the right things. So have this formula that should help you. If you want to be efficient, always compare what you are offering to the standard that is expected of that industry. You understand? We have international standards that apply to some industries. You get it? You cannot be a health and safety officer when you don't know what the standards of health and safety are. You get the whole concept. So whatever you are offering, compare that service delivery, that product offering to what is the standard in my country, what is the standard on my continent, what is the standard globally. Take it step by step. Is the formula going to be the same if I move out of this space? It's very necessary you have all of that understanding. Then there's what we call the value addition. So today we've really packed everything up. I hope you are enjoying it. Later on, we are going to share the content with you and the videos as well. So don't worry if it's too much to bear. I only pray it is exciting, which I'm sure you've already told me. So I'm sure you are enjoying it. So what is value addition? We started talking about value addition from the beginning, where we encourage that whatever it is that you are doing, you need to learn to add value over time and become relevant. You understand? So value is basically subjective. It is the subjective evaluation, which is adjusted for cost, and of how well a product or service meets or exceeds what expectation. It is not your place to tell me how valuable your product is. You can do your best by talking about it. It is how I evaluate it as a customer, as an end user. You get a whole picture. It is how I evaluate the product. So we are talking of value is defined in terms of what? A singular customer. Each one of you has a different perspective about what is happening now. So if I'm to ask you for what you think about the seminar, there's what each one of you will tell me because of what light and revelation each one of us, is getting. So you are the best person to tell me how valuable the seminar has been today. You are saying it was subjective evaluation. The evaluation is compared with what? An expectation. So for owners, business innovation and invention seminar to have that value that we have talked about, it should be able to meet your expectation. The product that you are offering, the kind of service that you offer in your company, the work you do in your company, does it meet the expectation of customers? Does it meet the expectation of your bosses, your clients? You should be asking yourself that. Whatever it is that you claim you know and you can do so well, does it exceed expectation? That is the value we are talking about. You understand? And expectations can be influenced in what? They do change. So eventually or over time, what we expect changes. So you must consider all of that when they are looking at the kind of value that you offer your market. You understand? Now, this is where I'm going to really talk much about how you can make money. Creating value as an intermediary. And I say it is very easy to make money. At a stage in your life, money making should be a basic thing for you to do. There's a point in your life where it shouldn't be difficult for you to turn around things that you see in your community, turn around ideas. Being an intermediary is very key. Now, this is what's happening. There are already existing products. There are houses that people are selling. There are cars that people are selling. There is an accountant that perhaps needs a marketer to market his product for him or her. There is a hospital that needs someone to go and then talk about how great they are. I hope you are getting the story. So putting yourself as an intermediary always comes with a great reward. Of all the things that we are talking about, you don't necessarily need to have $1 million or 100,000 cedis to start anything. Just look at what is. I think we should be wrapping up soon. The time for the other seminar is up now, so I'll be closing up very soon, and then we can go to that one. So being an intermediary is very key. You need to be able to add value to what is existing. Identify products that are already there and see how you can add value to it. I think we've talked extensively about value in the previous slide. So, and we have the develop value system. It's also about value. We have types of value. We can look at the functional value, monetary value. So whatever it is that you are offering the market, you should know what solution your product is offering to the customer. That is the functional value. You should know the price relative to what the product that you are selling. The social value, you understand? And then the psychological value, the extent to which people feel good about the product and they are able to express themselves, you understand? That is what psychological. The social is how they are able to feel good about the product and connect well with others. Because they're using your product, people who use iPhone, they feel good about it. And socially, they feel like they are high. Just because they have a product in their hand that they are using, they think they are better off than you in most ways. People who go to certain schools think they are better off than you because, that service, that product gives them that kind of recognition. Socially, they feel very good. You understand? People who come from certain parts of the country, they feel very good about themselves just because they come from this location. You understand? So products and services have their functional values and social values that we individually experience. And lastly, we're talking about examples of good value. So, of course, if you don't have it, you don't benefit from them. values are very important. We're talking about reliability, we're talking about quality, we're talking about timeliness, friendliness, negotiation, on being negotiable. If you don't know how to negotiate, trust me, you'll be wasting away. I use the word wasting, you buy with money. When you're firm, you don't use money to buy everything. Negotiations will teach you that whatever that you can negotiate well on, you're able to make much from that. If it's with your suppliers, if you can negotiate well with your suppliers, you don't need money to buy everything from your supplier. You get the whole thing. You need to be flexible as a company. You need to be flexible as a company. So that is how it is to have a value as a person. Hello, we can hear some noise in the background. You understand? So we need to be able to establish core values that our organizations should have, values that represent us. You can't do well, regards to what the things we've talked about, when you have no value that brands you as a company. You understand? You are a hospital. People walk into your hospital, and from the entrance to the last person, they even regret walking into their premises. Service delivery is bad. You don't respect time. You talk to them anyhow just because you think they have come to you. You understand? So, examples of good values is what we've talked about. Look for what will work for you. Cultivate it and let it be applicable to almost everybody you work with. Your staff and your clients. It's very necessary and very important. So that is our last slide. We'll be wrapping up on this. And I would like to say a very big thank you to all of you that have participated. We are moving on to our next important program. But before we do that, we would like to open up for questions and input and suggestions, maybe thoughts that you have gathered within, along as we have making the presentation. So let's feel free and share our thoughts, our expectations, whether they've been met or not. Yeah. Thank you so much, and thank you so much once again for having all of you. All right, so we are open now. Let's have a discussion. 5-10 minutes, and then we move on to the next one. Anyone at all can talk. Madam Abigail, you can give us a word. Mrs. Abigail, I know. Hello, participants. So we are done. I think we are just, it's an open forum now, open floor. If you have anything to contribute, anything to add, let's listen to you and then wrap up with this session so we can move on to the launch of the seminar, of the fund.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. And I want to say a very big thank you to Owners Consult. I think it has been very educative and has opened a lot of us, our eyes and ears, and our senses are beginning to work now. Because you said something, and you said that sometimes you discuss with a friend, or you have an idea, you discuss with a friend, and it's more like between you and that friend, but you have to institutionalize yourself where it goes beyond just you and your friend. Because when you say it to a friend, it's just between the two of you. But when you are able to come out, for all you know, the idea is something someone needs. So we must be able to institutionalize ourselves, just take it out from our bedroom, from just between a friend and us, and begin to come out. And we might be solving a lot of problems, even creating a wealth for ourselves as well. So I just want to say thank you. For me, I've learned a lot. I've been thinking of something to do, and this has given me the opportunity to say I have to do, I was just saying I have to do this. I just said to myself while listening to you that I have to do this. So I think it's a very great opportunity. I have learned a lot. I've learned a lot, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Wow. Wow. That's very wonderful to hear from you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's have some more views. Let's have some more views.
Okay, there's Benny from Nedix Hotel Supplies. I'd like to take this opportunity and thank you for what you are doing for us. What really I have learned is the issue of you saying computer goods and adding value to whatever we are doing. I think it's something that I've really picked on so hard, because when we introduce, I'm talking about Nedix, when we introduce complementary goods, we would, expand our customer base and also adding value, and also, trying to change from the old ways, trying to do a thing for a long time. If we can change a little bit, I think we would get more customers on board. So thank you so much, Owners Consults, for this, amazing opportunity.
Wow. That's so nice. It's so pleasant to hear people, participants express these views, We're so happy to have this feedback from all of you. Can we have some more, about 2-3 more, and then we can quickly jump to the next session? Mr. Dake, I spoke a lot about your industry, financial industry. Are you there? Mr. Eben?
Yes. I want to say that thank you very much for this seminar. It's been really insightful, and I've learned a lot. I mean, being on this seminar alone, I'm just listening to you. I'm really motivated to start something. I don't know, but it's a great experience for me. Very good experience for me. I mean, whilst you were talking, all I kept doing was thinking about my industry. What opportunities are there? What can I do? How can I take advantage? Even for the crisis that we went through as a nation, what opportunities and whilst I kept thinking about such things, it stirred up things in me that gave me ideas as to what to start, and then how I can also make it in my industry. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot to Owners Consult for this wonderful seminar.
Yeah. That's so wonderful. So wonderful. So wonderful. Shall we have some more comments? Some more comments. 2 more to go. 2 more to go. Mr. Stephen, is it Jeanette? Mr. Gerard Jato. He's my body. Trust me. This guy is a soul saver. Can we have some more comments? We are wrapping up in the next 2-3 minutes, and then we move on to the next one. So you just click on the next the code that we sent for the launch. You just go there, click on it. We'll just quickly jump into that one, and then we just wrap up. Mr. Steven, anywhere to share for us? Lastly, then we go away.
Mr. Itevi.
Yes.
This goes to us, the participants. There's one thing I have realized, that we go to such programs or we listen to such ideas, and implementing it, we sit down. But I want to encourage everybody who has been here, just start something small. Just the ideas that begin to unleash within us, let's begin to put them on paper and see how to transfer them from the paper into action. You can start something small. Just start from the scratch. Something small, before you realize you are making it big time. So to everyone who participated, I want to encourage us that it shouldn't just end here, but let us make use of what we've gotten today. And I believe when we do that, Ghana will become a better place and we'll also be rich.
Yeah,
Thank
we'll
you.
be very rich. Trust me. We'll be very, and I must say that just once you get the idea, don't stay with the idea. Ask if you don't know what to do next. Always engage. You know, you can consult us, you can engage with us, engage with a friend, engage with relevant people who can add meaning to or flesh to the idea. I'm going to talk to somebody who will complain. No. When you get an idea, it's not for people who discourage you and people who complain about the challenge that you have gotten a solution to. No. Look for people who can add value to that which you have already gotten. You know, and then wherever you are stuck, look for who can be a door opener, you know, a key to the next stage. So in that way, you see yourself moving forward. Before you see, you've launched something big. You understand? All right. Thank you so much once again. We really salute all of you. Your money has not been wasted. I'm very confident of that.
Yes.
I'm very sure. I'm very sure.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Prince, say something. I see your hands up. You're the last person. Say then we close. Mr. Prince Boachi, you raised your hand. All right. So, like I was saying, we know from what you have just told us that your money has not been wasted, and we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. So, all of you, make your way straight up to the launch of the Business Support Fund. Now you've thought of an idea. You've decided how to launch the idea, but there's no money, and an avenue has come where you can make money. So we are all going to the Business Support Fund. We are going to launch it, so it becomes an official thing, and then you can begin to apply, and then proposals will be reviewed, and we begin to make some money or have some funds to push our ideas into reality. Thank you so much. Straight up to the Business Support Fund launch. See you there. Bye.
Bye.